Back one, Newcastle 6. Very, very fantastic job from Eddie Howe. And what a way to start and gain advantage into the second leg by Newcastle. For me, by my own standard, Newcastle were among the best teams in the Champions League group phase. Honestly, they were really very quite calm and we were scoring a lot of goals from Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, and these two players contributed to Newcastle goal tally in the Champions League and their results too. And for them to end up in playoff spots, for me, it is undeserving because that draw away at Paris Saint-Germain, I felt that Newcastle were not in the form to do so because PSG were not in the form to beat Newcastle, even though they were at home. But then we know traditional Newcastle could have used that opportunity to beat Paris Saint-Germain, but they were not in form. And after that game, followed suit with a couple of poor run in form, losing to Liverpool at Anfield 4-1, a game that they were leading 1-0 before they considered 4 goals. And then losing again to Brentford, coupled with poor performances in the League Cup defeat home and away to Manchester City. Eddie Howe made statement after the Brentford defeat 3-2. He said that he hasn't taken his job so serious and he admits that there is more improvement that needs to come into this team, that he is not doing well enough and that he will put his effort into these things. And after that statement, Newcastle United bounced back into dramatic winning fashion, beating Tottenham Hotspur 2-1, a game that saw Thomas Frank being relieved of his duties, and then a commanding win away at Villa Park, beating Aston Villa 3-1. And then tonight, beating Aston Villa 3-1 in the FA Cup, and then tonight they have beaten Karabakh 6-1. That's a landslide margin. I don't think Newcastle have beaten any team in their Champions League history 6-1. I think this is their highest win, and you can't be saying away. It is their highest win, I think. And Newcastle have not played knockout football since 2011 or 2012, ever since they lost to Benfica. Those days of Oscar Cardoso, Ezequiel Gary, so many players that came out from Benfica there. Johan Cabaye and Cisse, may so rest in peace. Newcastle have not really been into the knockout phase, and right now it looks like they are one step into the round of 16. Wonderful performance from Anthony Gordon, wonderful performance from Jacob Murphy, and so many Newcastle players too, because you can't give all credit to one player, including the manager. It was a fantastic performance from Newcastle, to say the least. And at the end of the day, they have all the 3 points and a huge advantage going to the second leg at their home turf, where they pride themselves and have a strong fortress at St. James's Park. Newcastle going to this playoff with a huge goal margin of 5. Will Karabakh come back and do it, or will Newcastle steady their ship? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's go.